Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. We're joined this morning by the General Manager of Air Traffic Control Operations of NAMA, Mr. John Onyegiri. Good morning, and thank you for coming on today.
Thank you very much.
Of course, that means we're focusing on some developments in the aviation sector. First and foremost, when you see today's papers and Vanguard calls this strange parking, that's the title of this aircraft. What is that? A fuel station, Dapsey oil. What's happening with this one? You know about this, don't you?
We do.
What's the situation with this one? How come the aircraft is in a fuel station?
The aircraft was being, well, you can't call this one aircraft anymore. It's like just towing a junk. And because, aircraft have wings, so to be able to tow it as a junk, then you have to take off the wings. I know it becomes a tricycle. So they hook it on and they towed it somewhere for tourism, for educational purposes. I'm sure if you go around the airport, you see several unserviceable aircraft that could no longer be repaired, and they cause eyesore around the airport. So this is one of them that the owner decided to give away for educational purposes, and to be able to take it out of the airport.
Educational purposes?
Educational purposes, to probably teach people the parts of aeroplane, the seats, the engine, and all those things. So they took out the wing because the wing would not pass through the road. Then they hooked it on in a tow vehicle, and they're taking it to where they were taking it to. And apparently, the tow vehicle needed to get some fuel. So it ran to take fuel, and people saw that, and they say, "Kai, an aircraft has crashed." I mean, that's what happened a couple of days back. And that is not to say that should be regarded as an aircraft anymore. It's a junk.
Which agency is responsible for clearing the airport of this junk, as you call it?
Yes, that should be the responsibility of Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, because we have limited space for parking aircraft. I'm sure if you go to Abuja, you see the former domestic apron taken over by private jets. So we're looking for space to park aircraft. And sometimes aircraft come in, they can't find a parking, they park on the taxiway and they charge passengers. So we cannot afford to continue to have aircraft that have been functioning for years occupy space in our apron. So FAN have been making announcements. If you don't remove your aircraft, we're going to get a panel bit or something and put it apart and take it out. And you pay the cost of doing that. So FAN is responsible because they have to make apron space available for parking, because one of the services to be rendered to aircraft when they come in, to have a place to park, discharge, and take passengers on board or cargo, as case may be.
Because I'm thinking that to go with what Chamberlain had just asked, don't you think that letting individuals come, take away their aircraft, knowing full well that these aircrafts can't even fly anymore, it could amount to causing some kind of panic? Because yesterday, a whole lot of people got panicked when they saw this particular aircraft, especially in a petrol station. If NAMA, or rather FAN, had done that with the supervision or the individuals have come to remove the aircraft with the supervision of FAN, that would have actually helped matters.
Yes, thank you very much. I think this is the first time that aircraft have to be towed like that. Of course, that was being done because this is a small aircraft. You couldn't take a jumbo to the road. It won't go. We've done quite a few of taking out those airplanes in the past, like in Kano. A 747 was put apart. So they were now going into time pieces. But this guy probably felt that this is a small one. They can manage to go where they can be towed as you tow a broken down vehicle. But like you said, because of the perception of the people about seeing an aircraft in that manner, perhaps this is one experience we have not thought about, that we need to insist that if you're taking it apart, maybe put it into 3 parts. When you get back there, you put it back. Because I was actually saying that he could actually put it on a trailer take out the wheels, put it on a trailer. When you get there, you fix the wheels back. Because doing an aircraft, even if it doesn't have wings, that's the way people
But it's going to endanger lives, possibly, because
because
huge size, the state of our roads.
Well, no, it's tricycle. If it's 4-wheel, it's tricycle, so it's not going to be very properly balanced, going along the road. But of course, that means you have to do that maybe in the night when traffic is slow, and go very slowly.
And from what we understand, it would seem that was what they had tried to do. We understand that one of the wheels came off, and so they had asked the owner of the petrol station, who is not very happy about the fact that he couldn't do business yesterday, that they had overstayed their welcome. That raises another question about, how did they think this through? I mean, you said that we've never really done this before, but I mean, the novelty of it should have made people think it even better, as to how they could take this through without any hitches whatsoever.
Yes, if the owner wants to take it out, it is his responsibility or her responsibility to know how to do that safely.
Nama doesn't have anything to do with that, No,
that aircraft could never enter our maneuvering area. There's a place we call maneuvering area.
Okay.
The taxiways, the apron, the runways. It's like a junk by the side. They take it by the exit door.
Who handles the junk in the airport?
Who says?
Who handles the junk in the airport? Because we understand that very recently, planes were being taken apart, and I think some of the scrap parts were being sold, or just generally disposed of.
Yeah, if you see the junks,
they
belong to companies. So FAN will ask you to take them out because it's occupying space that they needed for that purpose.
Okay.
And it is actually the responsibility of the owner to take them out. But that has to be done in a safe manner in an airport environment. So you couldn't see somebody doing a 737. You can't do that. This is a small one. So he just felt he could just take it by the night and tow it. Certainly that's not a safe way of doing it because it's a tricycle. They told that it could tilt one way or the other on the road.
I was just a little curious as to, who should have seen to it. Now, you've said that FAN, is responsible for, telling people to take their junk out of the airport. Yes. But, FAN doesn't stipulate how you take it out or the mode or the manner in which you take it out. So if you decide to tow it, fine. If you decide to carry it on your head, fine. Just get it out of the airport.
Yeah, well, in this case, I think I would like to say that by the time he left the airport premises, it had become the business of road safety car, not NAMA anymore. How they maneuver through the road. Well, I was just telling you that you can't take a 737. See how big it is. It won't go through the road. But this guy was trying to take advantage of the size of the aeroplane and say he could take it. So as soon as he hit the road safety authorities should be able to know whether that can be towed. Because it's no longer in the airport premises. Of course, we know you couldn't do that in the apron, in the maneuvering area of the airport. That would not be permitted. Because it doesn't have engine, they can't respond to any instruction, So what we do with aircraft that are alive is you tow them out of the avio bridge so they can taxi out. You call it pushback. But this one is just towing a dead aircraft, And like I said, this is the first time somebody is trying to tow aircraft through the road.
So you think that in future, assuming somebody, definitely somebody should be paying attention. You don't think that we'll be saying something like this again very soon?
I'm sure FAN will insist. You put it apart, put it in a trailer and take it out.
But isn't it the business of aviation authorities to ensure that any such thing as aircraft have designated places where they could be? Because if you say he's towing it, where is he towing it? Is there any other airport that he could be going to?
For educational purposes.
In a museum or in a school?
The person towing it away is suddenly the owner or a representative of the owner. And somebody must have said, I'll take this aircraft away for educational purposes. There are people who learn parts of aeroplane. In fact, we all started like that. Oh, this is the fuselage, this is the aileron, this is the engine, this is the nose wheel, this is the stabilizers and all that. So once those parts are complete, I'm sure when he gets back there, he's going to fix the wings back. to teach people,
Maybe I should even ask this way. Does the regulation of aviation allow individuals to park aircrafts either in this manner form anywhere else other than the airports or designated places, and where would those places be?
Aviation authorities would not be bothered about where you park a dead aircraft, because in the first place, they won't have any business with a dead aircraft. It's no longer flying, doesn't have AOC, doesn't have anything. But how you take it to where you're going to park it is your business, provided you do not contravene the road safety laws. Some do take them apart. In fact, you can imagine when they want to import an aircraft that cannot fly all the way. You can't probably fly a helicopter from US to this place. It comes by sea or by cargo. They take out the rotor, put it inside something. When they come back here, they put it back. So this is not the first time that you could move a aircraft. They could move it safely. They could take out the wings, put it on top of a trailer, tie it, take it down there, fix the wings back. In just the manner this one happened, that is a problem.
Well,
yes.
Let's not overdwell on this, but I think we'll keep our eye on this, because we really must do things the right way. Safety is key here. But quite recently, the aviation sector has been in the news. Sometimes, well, to some set of people, not for the very good reason. They